Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the stock market update video. Today we'll be looking at QQQ, Sp500, as well as the Magnificent 7, and that would be Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Meta. So we'll be looking at their price actions and see where they are likely to be heading into later this week, and see if there's any other resistance coming up, or is it just going to continue to head to all-time highs? So let's get started. And if you guys learn anything from the video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. They're always appreciated. All right, so QQQ. We pretty much hit an all-time high on Friday, and we did close pretty much the high of we have ever been. But I don't like the fact that we went above and came a little bit below. But at the moment, there is still no red flags, and we want to just continue to follow the trend. So overall, the big picture trend, the daily time frame, the weekly, the monthly, is all in an uptrend. So as a trader, we don't want to be fighting the trend overall, and we could catch some short-term, bearish if we do see any signs of weakness. But at the moment, even on the smaller term time frame, on the hourly, we don't even have an hourly downtrend. We did get one here, like a small hourly downtrend on that earnings drop when Google was red that day when they reported, but that was all negated by Meta and Amazon and Apple's earnings, even though Apple did dip pre-market after hours, but it came pretty much all of it back. So all that weakness was gone and negated, and we're pretty much hitting all-time highs. So let's say we just pull back a little bit on the hourly, makes another hourly higher low, higher than the prior low, right? That was the prior pivot right here. And then we just head higher. That could very well be a possibility, because you can see all these moves move up, the pivot being set, and another move up, pivot being set. Each pivot is always higher than the prior low. So it's called a higher low. So that could very well happen here, and then we just head higher. If we do get a big enough drop, then there's a chance for the bears to potentially set a lower high. But at the moment, we don't even have that initial drop yet. So we don't want to be anticipating a bearish move while the market is just continuing to hit all-time highs over and over. And we will see it coming, just like this big move. See, you have a big move down, and then bears can now try to set a higher low, sorry, a lower high here, and then bring it lower. So we don't even have that kind of move yet at the moment, so won't be surprised when we see it. But we zoom out to the 4-hour, there's absolutely zero red flags. So as long as 4-hour never gives us a downtrend, we continue to head higher. So you move up, continue. Even on this drop here, it's just one initial move. We never set a pivot and try and change the 4-hour trend. It's just a one initial move, and that's it, and we head higher. So the trend had always been in current bull's favor. So we want to be fighting the bulls. The only very slight negative sign on Friday is that bulls didn't close at the high of the day after breaking its resistance. See how this triple top resistance? We broke that and then closed slightly just below it, but we still closed pretty much at all-time highs as ever closed in a session. You can see here on the daily time frame, we have gone up to this level 3 times, but we didn't close over there, and this time is the highest that we closed, even though we peekabooed above it and came below. So it's not that big of a red flag. We could just gap up on Monday above it. Who knows, right? So yeah, currently bulls are in absolute full control, and let's see if they continue to do that or not. Let's see, look at SPY. So if QQQ looked like this, where they just broke above and closed at all-time highs, then that would be a super green flag, but QQQ didn't. So so we'll see if QQQ ends up pulling back next week or not. If not, then we're probably heading higher. So SPY looks a lot cleaner than QQQ on this pullback and bounce, due to it having many other sectors like the financial sector and healthcare sector and many other sectors rotating into from tech to SPY, as well as it's pretty much a green day overall. So we'll see if similar idea. As long as bulls don't even give me an hourly downtrend, I won't be looking bearish. Currently, you can see same thing. Keeps making a higher low each time it goes up. on that earnings drop, we did have a slight hourly downtrend, but that was all negated afterwards again by Amazon and Meta's earnings. So no signs of red flags at this moment. Same thing in the 4-hour, never gave us a downtrend. Big drop, but no pivot being set and head lower. It's all still an uptrend. So as long as 4-hour, daily, weekly, monthly, all in an uptrend intact for the bulls, no signs of red flags at this moment. And so we don't want to be fighting against bulls. All right. We'll definitely see bearish trades come in. It won't be a surprise. We will see the drop. We will see the pivot being set. We will see all that come in. And then we can shift to more of a bearish lean. But at this moment, if all the Magnificent 7 stocks are hitting all-time highs, it's kind of hard to lean a little bit more bearish. I get that we're a lot extended, but extended can stay extended until we see any sign of weakness. Just like we could have said, let's say over here, right? Nvidia is extended, and you guys start shorting. Next thing you know, it moves up another 18%, right? This is already extended over here, right? When we're here, our size is already 76, and we get to here, it's even more extended in the 80s, and we could have been like, oh yeah, this is way extended, short here again, it moves up another 15%, or even over here, right? 84 RSI, been like, okay, this is way extended, we have been just moving up for months, short here again, another bull flag breaks out, right? Hit a new all-time high. I mean, this could be the top, but at this moment, no signs of it. If we get a V-shaped reversal like that, then there's potential that was top. But at this moment, we don't have it yet. And if that's a V-shape, this could shape up head and shoulders over here. But we need to see that big drop at the moment. Yeah, no signs of it yet. Even on the hourly, zero signs. We probably don't even have a 5-minute downtrend. Let's take a look here. We did have a mini 5-minute downtrend, but that wasn't even, there's zero follow through. But yeah, so you can see how strong the stock is still there yet. And no signs of red flags at this moment. And if you ask me where the resistance is, it's still doing its price discovery because it's all-time highs. There's nothing above it or below it. Above it, that's resistance. So we will only get resistance when the price action started to tell us. Like back here, we're going a little sideways. You can see that there was a resistance at this level here. And when we broke above it, you can see that bull volume just come in right when we break that resistance. And then continues the bull flag. So at this moment, it's doing its price discovery again. We'll see where it decides to slow down or not. Then we'll know where the resistance is. All right, Tesla. Tesla has a lot more resistance than any other Magnificent 7 stocks because it's pretty much trading at its lows. And we're currently just getting really tight here. So 8-hour time frame EMA 12 is going to be my key resistance guide. If it breaks above that, then we're likely to get a bigger move. So you can see this teal looking line on the way down. Rejection, 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 and four more rejections here. So if we're getting pretty close to testing again right there. So if on Monday or Tuesday we come up, break above that with bull volume come in, then we are probably heading a little bit higher to at least try to maybe fill this 200 level. And if we did break 200, then we're going to try to fill this gap, earnings gap. But first, break the EMA 12. Then we can test that 200 psychological resistance level, and then see if we can fill the gap afterwards if we break above that. It's 7% and then 12%. Yeah, it's likely if we break those levels. If we still cannot get over EMA 12, reject it another time, and then break below this low, then that is a red flag with more follow through from the bears. So we'll have to make sure it doesn't break this 182 zone after this rejection. Or if we'll see if we reject or not. All right. Apple. So Apple gapped down on earnings, but then everyone bought the dip because we just had such a green day overall on Meta, Amazon, and QQQ was NASDAQ was helping Apple at that moment too. You see this mirror looking line, support, 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 touch it right there, support, and then bounced. Also, there's a horizontal support as well at 180. You can see this level right here, resistance, 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 and now price is above it, came to it, so it becomes support. You see all this volume as well, this volume bar. The more volume in one area, the more stronger the support resistance is that in that current level. And bulls pretty much just went, yeah, let's all buy it and then come back up. Yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, market's all-time highs, so why not buy this big drop on Apple after it's dropped 8.7%? So then now I'm looking back up at, let's see here. So if we do continue to head higher, we're probably gonna come up to test this. Let's see something like this. Yeah. We're gonna have to test first this level first around this 190. We can break above 190, then I'm looking back up at this black looking line, so that would be closer to 193. But we need to break 190 first. That is the first psychological key level first. Break. Obviously, we need to break it Friday's high first, then 190, then we'll head higher. But if we'll see how if QQQ decides to do a fake out, breaks the all-time high a little bit higher, and then just comes full back, then that'll be a headwind obviously for Apple as well. But then we'll know it'll probably just chop within this area before it decides where to go. All right, Amazon. So Amazon pretty much had a stellar earning, and we came up to this big structure here. This one whole year of sideways structure here. So if we do break above Friday's high, I'm looking back up to 174, this level, which is the top of all this resistance group here. See all these wicks, and if we can break above that, then we're looking back to 184. But obviously, we're not going to just straight shot up there from where we're currently. I mean, you never know, but it's not as likely. But we'll see if it comes up, rejects from it, forms a bull flag, and then boom, breaks above it, and then decides to chop around, and then continue to test this again, something like that. That would be the most bullish scenario. Or we come up, boom, hits that, big drop down, and then forms a daily downtrend. That would be a bearish scenario. And then we would probably see a little bit more weakness overall in the market if that does happen. But at this moment, it closed pretty much all-time highs, so we don't want to be just randomly anticipating that it's gonna just magically drop, right? So we will see it coming when we do see the bearish price actions. All right, let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft, similar, all-time highs, and we didn't get above this Wednesday's high, but it's still no red flags, as you can see, daily, weekly, monthly uptrends, and it's still intact. They move up, pivot being set, daily uptrend continues, pivot being set, daily uptrend continues, another pivot being set, daily uptrend continues. Now, as long as we continue to break above higher than prior pivot high, daily uptrend will keep on going. So we'll see if Microsoft can break its pretty much this prior resistance. Friday's high at 412. Breaks 412, we're going to 415. And then all-time highs again. So we'll see if they can do that. Power trend. Yeah, same thing. So it's that 412 and then 415. No reflects at the moment. All right, let's take a look at Meta. So Meta is also stellar earnings and currently all-time highs as well. Meta is in all-time high breakout, so there is also no resistance, and there is just doing price discovery mode. So you can see back here is no history of Meta ever trading this price, so no current resistance. So we can only go by the trend. So as long as the hourly trend is still in bull's favor, we don't want to be just blindly going against it. And you can see, because hourly is pretty much a very minimum what you want to see from a trend change. So don't fight against it if even the very minimum, bare minimum trend is not even in your favor, right? So, I mean, even we did get a small 5-minute downtrend, but 5-minute is not nothing. 5 minutes for like scalping, like a 2-minute trade, get in and you get out, right? So we don't want to be shorting something just based on a 5-minute downtrend, but when every trend is in turn in bull's favor, right? right? So if we do see something like Meta going like this, right? This is a big enough drop, gets a small bounce, and then heads lower, gets an hourly downtrend back to prior earnings gap, then we may get some weakness. And we can start to look for potential short trades. But at the moment, we don't have that yet. That's just the bare minimum we want to see for looking for a short trade. I mean, if you wanted to make a short trade like a quick scalp, sure. Like we're here, 5-minute downtrend breaks, get in, scalp, get out, right? You make that quick trade, that's fine. But for something where you want to hold a little bit slightly longer, like a swing short or something, then you definitely want to be at least seeing some weakness on hourly downtrends first. Even the 4-hour, I want to see some weakness because you're going against daily, weekly, monthly uptrends, right? So you still want to see a little bit more than that. But yeah, you guys get the idea overall. Market is still strong, and we'll see if we see some weakness, we'll definitely see it coming. We'll see a big drop, pivots being set, and downtrends being set. But at the moment, everything is all-time highs. But we still want to be cautious here because market has been running quite a bit. So we either see a sideways consolidation by time, where things go sideways and consolidate and cool things down, cool the overbought indicators and everything down, or we see the pullbacks and then head higher. So we'll see how market consolidates. It's either by time, sideways, or pullbacks. All right, that's all for you guys for the stock market. And yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you guys made it this far, learn anything. If you guys need any one-on-one coachings and on how to trade stocks, how to day trade, how to get started, on anything like that, go to the Patreon link below. And I will see you guys next week for more updates. And have a great rest of you guys' week.